Okay, good morning, everybody. I want to talk in more detail about the flashcards. I already mentioned it during my parent evening presentation. And yeah, so flashcards are the usual way how to introduce new words, new vocabulary. And for example, we have these for the first graders, was the CP class. And I mean, it's a picture and it shows the ears and there's written ears in the back. And these are used so you can just show the kids ears and then they're just supposed to remember ears. Now, I want to talk about these. I used these flashcards in the beginning, but now I'm not using them any longer. I believe there are certain disadvantages, or not disadvantages, but I don't think they're ideal. So first of all, there's only an oral and a visual connection. So that's only kind of like two connectors, and the more connectors we have, the better the retention of the word is. But I will give a couple of examples later. Also, it's not very interactive, and soon the kids are not paying attention anymore. And again, if they're not paying attention, they're not learning. So as a tool, it's not ideal. And I don't know, maybe you know the saying, if everything you have is a hammer, all you see is nails. And it's like, it's kind of, so the tool is already not ideal. But if we then do exercises connected with this tool, again, they're far from ideal. So, for example, one of the exercises is to put these flashcards. So, for example, let's have these flashcards. So it's like it's kite, robot, a watch, a computer game, a camera, and a lorry. I can, like, one of the exercises in the exercise book, it explains, you know, hang those cards all around the classroom, and then for example, you say kite, and they have to find the kite. Or, which is, it's an okay exercise. There's nothing wrong with it. There's a movement. It gets a little bit more interesting. It's definitely okay. But yeah. So another very common exercise is that, like, once you have the words distributed in the class and you hung them from the various walls or like on a chair or whatever, they're all over the place, then you can let the kids copy these words. And then it's like they find the word and then they start copying, and they start writing it down. Now, they are still so young that the letter combinations, they just don't make sense. Um, so it's an exercise that is way too difficult at this early stage. And what you have also often is that, so they would just get one letter or two letters and they write it down, and again they get another letter and write it down. From that they don't learn anything. It doesn't help their spelling. It's just completely disconnected letters that they're writing down. Yeah, and I mean, just overall for revision, I mean, look at this mountain of cards. It's very difficult to organize. It's easily gets to be a mess. There's no flexibility in terms of order. So if I want to you know, we do this kind of competitions. Again, I will go into this in more detail, and I want to, okay, I check kite, but then there's certain student matchup, and I want to check a specific word, then okay, then I it's difficult to go through the whole stack of cards and then this is the one I've been looking for. So it's far from ideal. So we came up with a much better way of dealing, of introducing new words, of revising new vocabulary.